subsidy will stop. Poverty and suffering will stop. Why can't they do it and put the three refineries in order so that all these problems will stop? Look at the damages yesterday. And the protest continues. Why can't the president now come up and give a national announcement or address the citizens of the nation and tell them, okay, from now, the three refiners will start to work and the protest will stop?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Still not in line with our conversation, but yeah, I can understand the narrative. 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning. What's your name?
Alex, calling from Onelga.
All right, Alex, no, Nelga. All right, so is it safe to assume that you did not join the protest because you're in Onelga?
Depending on the position where I am, I would take it to be an individual, something on my own aspect, as for my own level. So I joined in my own way.
You joined in your own way. All right. So what stories have you heard or did you experience from either this protest or any other protest?
Yeah. It's highly welcome and appreciated by people all around me. And what I try to find out is this. More of Nigerians now are becoming more wiser.
Interesting.
And the government, so as to say, some of them, the government, are still bearing with the people on the hardship, while some are still not feeling it. They want to use high-handedness on the people. What am I trying to say in conclusion? Let our security agencies, especially the police, be more professional in their job. And let our National Assembly, as a matter of urgency, because they have many things to do for us, so as to enact law that will help our security agencies to make sure that anytime there is protest, there is no life lost or property destroyed, because the people are not happy, but they move peacefully. But sometimes the attitude of some of our politicians and the security agencies warrant all these things. Let them be professional in the sense that if actually some of those people we call CID in those days, they may be on mufti and even join the protest so that they can see those people that want to foment trouble. Because this thing is for the betterment of all of us, Nigerian citizens. Thank you and have a nice time.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. All right, so that's his story. He starts in no way, but he's worried and he feels that, how they are managed, talking about protests from the security standpoint, needs to be evaluated. Now, when I come back, I'm going to read your messages. A few of them have come through, and then we'll get back to the phone lines and other platforms. Stay tuned.
The show continues after this break on Nigeriainfo.
Those were seen with painted bodies. Oh yes, they painted their bodies. And then some people brought out their creative geniuses. Remember, during the NSAS process, there was a particular fellow who was known as Flag Boy. How many of you remember? This young man will stand in some of the most precarious, some of the most obvious places with the Nigerian flag, green and white, and then strike some amazing poses. And then obviously those pictures would eventually go viral. It was a reflection of his view of what Nigeria should be. A great place, right? But did you know that because of his creativity, a lot of people started to take expression art very seriously? I mean, prior to that, we used to see them in marketplaces where, they will make themselves, paint themselves up in some interesting color, and then they will move in slow-mo. Maybe they're advertising bole and fish, or whatever. Or maybe they're advertising a new drink, or, they do something to get your attention. But after that protest, it became an even more intricate art form. Face painting, body art, all of those things emanated from that particular scenario. It's become, like I said, a period where people express themselves. And there's so many stories that come through from protest. So, back in school, University of Port Harcourt, there was a protest that I was in years ago, years ago. There was no water, there was no power for days, almost weeks. It just kept on, and then one evening, just boom, people got upset. It wasn't pleasant, I have to admit, because some damage was done to some of the fissures and some of the buildings on campus. But it's almost as though that night into the following morning, I got to see a reflection of what the Nigerian system really is. There were some students who were making sure that they were literally pushing away other students who were, hey, we don't agree. Uniport, they do this. We're not going to agree. They push them away. You don't break down my door. You don't destroy this window. Those individuals, interestingly, got into fights. You probably will not have a lot of Uniport students admit to this, but I saw with my own eyes. And I can go on and on. But those are my stories. What about your stories? Protest started yesterday. Another moving story I got to witness, I got to see on social media was this man who said, look, the things in this country are so tight that he can't even afford data for his child. I don't know if you saw that video. It was moving. He wants his child to have a better life than he has had. That's the prayer, that's the wish, that's the hope of almost every parent I know of. And so that's why he's airing his displeasure. And guess what? That's how conversations start. Oh, this is my story. Somebody comes, now this thing happened to you. It happened to me. Boom, a connection has been made. Stories from the protest. Let's get to hear yours. My name is Jude. Welcome as always to Hello Port Harcourt.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0003, 017-923-0007. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Hi, Jude, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome, and thank you for calling, please.
Thank you. My name is Miriam.
Welcome, Miriam.
Look, Jude, I must commend let me use the opportunity to even congratulate Tinubu, the president, for what he's doing now, what he's getting now compared to what he gave, Protesters gave him a very long information that they are going to protest. And the president did nothing about it. Not even addressing the youth, coming himself. He got an opportunity that he never gave Jonathan. Trying to compare. I mean, there is a way he will engage the youth with this long term, they gave him that he would have even stopped this protest. He can even come out every day to persuade the youth. Talk to them, advise them every day. Same as though he lost his voice. I don't even know if he's around. I don't even know, because if he's around, he will have us by now. Up to now, he's still silent. That is to show that he's very comfortable. He's not concerned. The protest does not. He has nothing.
But Mira, you might be making. Hello, Mira. You might be making an unfair assumption, because the president, not the governor now, last week had made comments, had offered suggestions, not suggestions, rather offered solutions, temporary solutions, measures, to mitigate. He even said he knows that things are hard, that people should bear with him. He has not been silent, Muriel.
Oh, dude, what I'm saying is that continuous engagement. He just came out once. How long it took him to come out?
Okay.
Nigerians have been calling him to come out. They're calling him out. That's when he came out once. Dude, is this an address? Who did he address? Dude, what about our House of Reps? Let me just even leave the president aside. Our House of Reps members. Do you notice they're silent? That is to show that none of them are affected in any way. It doesn't affect them. After all, you are coming out of the peaceful process. At the end of the day, you go back. Our business is still going on. Our monies are still flowing in. That's the sign of body language they are giving us. Nothing is affecting them. Our House of Reps members are there. All of them are there. Good. What is happening? How will this protest, will it protest change at all? Or will the protesters need to change their strategy? Thank you, Jude.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So, like I said, you always get stories from a protest. Hello, 90.3, good morning. Welcome, please. Oh, dear. Now, WhatsApp, 009-030-6416, 030-06416. Good morning. This protest reminds me of our protest back then in the University of Calabar. That made the authorities to shut down the school for over 6 months. Jackson. Interesting. I wonder what role did you play, Jackson? I corroborate with you, Jude. So you were in school on that night. The protest happened years back in Uniport. Now, Mandela Boys blocked me when to get that protest. So the property of the school at Abuja campus was destroyed. What a memory. Chiagoze from Port Harcourt says your favorite fan. Oh, really? So you were there? Okay, at least I'm pleased that I was just speaking out of my imagination. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Ibiso says, this is on WhatsApp, by the way. Ibiso says, good morning, Jude. About the protest so far in River State, it was peaceful, and thank the governor and his wisdom for handling the situation. I want to say thank you to the station as well, Nigeria, for the way you are pushing for the protest to be peaceful. Now, the solution, I want every state government to use different areas, like here in River State. We have a good tourist sites to look into mechanized farming, to invest in fishing, fish trawling, and our own refinery, our own gas turbine station for power. Other things, by doing so, the masses will not be complaining every day. Ibiso, with that comment. Ibiso, thank you very much. This one says that, Jude, remember the NSAS? There was one girl that became popular when she called the former president a bad boy. My guy, that thing went viral and everybody started using it. We all kept talking about it, and we refer to ourselves sometimes as being very bad boys. You see, when people come together, whether they're angry or happy, something always happens. I'm just hopeful that this time around something really good happens during this protest. And that is from Ami. Ami says something good should happen. Well, that's the nature of protest. You never quite know. You really don't know. Let's go online. Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo. PH at Nigeriainfo. PH Confidence. Agbo says, Jude, I think the government is not trying for the people who... Okay. Now, how have you been expressing your views during the protest? I've made mention. I saw some people strip a lady brought pots, empty pots, complaining. People, carrying placards. Normally, we even had some yesterday come over to our station, to express their displeasure. Some of them were wearing fancy shirts and fancy clothing. What about you? How are you expressing yours? What's your story? What have you done in the past? How can you be expressive now? We're no longer in 2020, neither are we in 2012 or all the other years where you have protests. There has to be ingenious ways, or there are stories you have heard or you're experiencing right now. My 2.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome, Ibiso.
Ibiso from Modeli Road.
Good morning to you.
Yes. About the protest. So far, it's going well in Rivers State, and we thank God for everybody and Nigeriainfo. Why I say Nigeriainfo? Because before this time, people have been preaching peaceful protests without violence. And I believe with that preaching, many people key into it. And the state governor was preaching peace. I know it's very well, but my own annoyance is why arresting journalists and reporters in Calabar with protesters? The government are still maybe putting more fuel in fire. Journalists are there to do their work. If journalists are not there, how the world will hear about the protest? How should we hear report in the studio? Because yesterday, people are calling your people on field to ask them what is going on for update. So the government should approach it without violence. Because when you arrest journalists, now in Kano State, different things, you have in your station, they are arresting different journalists. And the day journalists will come out and protest against it, you said, journalists want to set this country on fire, which is not good. They should know how they do this thing. Now, yesterday when I was coming back, I met a young man.
Eh?
I want to enter my gate. And the guy just said, "Senior bros, please, I want to see you." With his children.
Oh.
Since morning, I think if he buy 2 cups of rice for us. And I don't have cash. I have to take him to where they are selling it. Buy 3 cups of rice and buy fish for him. But when I saw the children, I'm seeing that in their face that they are hungry. Different people are passing through different processes.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to make myself to be high myself, but I had this thing, let me give it to this guy. Since morning, that was around 8 o'clock in the night. Different people are passing through different processes in different areas. This young man that was working before, you understand? Which I know that he's struggling. One day, I will not tell you like the guy, I welcome buy me drink, he buy 1 bottle of drink. Where he was. So when I saw him in that condition, I felt very bad with 2 children. The wife is at home, So the government should do things that will help the masses. Giving us money is not the solution. Do things that will put people in work. Now, the 50,000 Niger Delta entities want to give. That is not the solution. Do things. Let us have our own private refinery. And then the tourist sector. Look at, we have good tourist areas in River State. Do things that will employ people. People will not come and meet you, come and find me something. People want to work. Don't give me money, because if you give me this 100,000 today, one of my siblings, my relations, my in-laws
come through, yes.
So I don't want their money. I'm struggling. I know God is giving me the grace to achieve. But do things in place. Go to Andone, go to Abonima, go to Kola. We have good beach. Look at Lagos. We are envying Lagos every day. People are investing. And that's the security sector. Private people will come. Okay, now look at the summit the governor was talking of yesterday and the things they want to do. I pray they should do it to help. Let every governor think inward now, out of the box. Don't look at federal. Look at what is coming to your state and what you will harness in your state to bring in investors. So the youth, everybody will have things to do. Protest is everybody's right. The GTC and we test that day. The comprehensive school in Dubai, GTC was playing match at that police field, and the team was something else. Ask anybody. We started protesting that how we kill this young man, and to bring this thing to order was something else. So they should know how to handle situation. Okay, in Abuja, they lost life. In Kano, they lost life. You have to use wisdom to handle these things, not to use force, because everybody is angry. The policemen, some of that even seen at Nigeria just yesterday. They said they're not happy what is going on, but they don't have choice than to come out. Because
Okay.
when
Yes,
you go to the market, you that like bullet, if they are selling bullet 3 pieces for 2,000 naira, they will not say policeman and say come and buy it for 1,000 naira. They will give the same price to everybody.
The same price.
Now
everybody.
our politicians that are taking free school fees, everything free scholarships. You know, when they are there, they are not thinking about the money. Do as they do now. We have bulletproof, but the thing go past bulletproof time coming. If they don't do things, may they well. Go to outside country. When you increase price, the masses protest. They bring it down.
All right, all right. So thank you very much.
Don't contest. The man step down. But in Nigeria, they will come and look for you, their father. If they don't see, they will arrest their father that you make a comment that the president is sick.
Go on, B.O.B.
You see, Nigeria is a Christian country. Nigeria, and the team have either the past governors, senators, presidents to come together as they do in other countries and establish industry and build modular refineries. 3-4 governors can join together and say, okay, let us put this factory that can bring in this, produce this thing. For instance, you are from Niger Delta here. We know that we have so much fish in the river, in the ocean. There's no fishing company, no fishing trawler. Even our former President Jonathan, if they are supposed to establish, look at his backyard, he's full of all kinds of fish. Now we are buying common ice fish, 3,000 naira, 5,000 naira. When that sort of all kinds of fish in the river, Buhari enter cow business. Now one cow is 1 million, 2 million, 1.5 million.
Wow.
And we have God gave us here that we can buy at the cheaper rate, the surplus fish, we can even export to other countries. Why are we call River State, Bayelsa, Delta, no fishing company, no fishing trawler, everybody talking about oil.
Okay, all right. So before I let you go, so now that these are your complaints, how are you expressing them? How do you express them? You're not on the street, so what do you do to let the government know?
That they didn't call.
Okay.
I've been calling on radio. Your radio is a national radio. That politicians should march together and do something that can make the youth. See, I don't know whether when school closed, you know a number of people that came out of school, primary, secondary, university. Then one plan you have for them. That's what other countries do. They what we call job bank. Before you finish school, they know so people are going to come out of school, they are going to work. Everybody pray for government. One politician will be reigning since 40 years or 30 years. He will reign from councillor to chairman to House of Assembly to governor. Only him will be in politics. No other group, no other people are coming in. We hear the name of some people since we are small. And until even the politician up to the government. And not even there. Nothing to show.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get to the next caller. After that, we get to read your messages. 923, good morning, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, welcome.
I can see that you're enjoying yourself in the studio this morning. Happy protest month.
Interesting.
I'm Rich Man calling from Adam.
Welcome.
As far as I'm concerned, this protest will not bring anything.
Why are you so pessimistic? Have you been listening to the good stories or to the interesting stories that have happened? Why are you so pessimistic?
It's other stories. Jews. A white man once said something, man. He said the oppressors won't be as powerful as they think if they don't have accomplices within the oppressed. This battle we are fighting today in Nigeria, when people sit down and think Tinubu is the problem, then I feel they don't know the real problem. That Asari Dokuboy is coming out to tell us that there are no hospitals in his community and did not start today, and he is still supporting the government of the day. And you think Tinubu is the problem? That Akpabio is telling you that Niger Deltans could be maligned for all they care. They will be drinking and eating while the people are crying. And you think the president is the problem. But I think they matter is, somebody said, when subsidy was increased, was no government revenue not increased? Sorry, when subsidy was removed, rather, was state revenue not increased? What are the state governments doing? House of Rep members representing us, what are they doing? And somebody said these people have gone there to mortgage the benefits of their people. So the problem is among us, not even the federal government. After all these protests that we are doing today, is it not these same representatives that we take our burden to the federal to say this is what the people are trying for? These same persons that we take our burden to them, we still go there and take settlements to keep on mortgaging our benefits. So what is now the essence of all this fight, all the protests? I was involved in NSAS protests. You see this one not coming out. The NSAS protests, all the lives that were lost, where is the police brutality not going on till date? In fact, that's even increased. So, see, as far as I'm concerned, this is just a wasted project. I'm pessimistic to the core. Maybe after the protest, we will see that they talk about why things don't change. That's the simple truth. Thank you very much. Usman from Alu.
All right, Usman speaking to us from Alu. Now, WhatsApp. All right, this one says, follow-up day one here at OGR Protocol. It was a daylight snatching of someone's phone by a group of gangsters around the MRS filling station, opposite Federal Road City Co-office. Imagine, fortunately, gangsters were given a hot chase by equally angry young boys who retrieved the same phone and restored it back to the rightful owner. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Now, in Abuja, they tear gas people. That's after trying to herd them into Eagle Square to confine them there like prisoners. Then they try to prevent some protesters from entering Eagle Square. Now, what these rulers don't realize is that they are playing with the people who have nothing to lose any longer. With NSAS, most of the protesters were Gen Z, who either weren't born in the military era, or millennials who were really young then. So what happened at the Lekki toll gate shocked us, because we didn't have any concept, or we had forgotten it could happen. After that, people and their parents were like, okay, we'll just avoid the police. But now people are like, if protest, you may kill us. We have seen and remember what you can do. But if we don't protest, we're all going to die of hunger anyways. So we will protest. You can't kill us all. That's from Anonymous. Stories coming through. Good morning, Jude. In my area, we did the protest. We walked close to Aba Road, and then we walked back. Well, I don't get energy to move down. But I must be honest, during the walk, there was a lot of fun. People were dancing. Some people even played music along the way. Port Harcourt protest is always a vibe. Really? Port Harcourt protest is always a vibe? Well. That's his story. That's his story. I will not fault it. I'm not saying anything wrong about it. That's his story. Like I said, people always have ways of expressing their grievances, and that's how stories come through during protest. We're going to hear great stories. I'm very certain of that. We're also going to hear sad stories, just the same way we heard in the report in the news about the loss of life just yesterday. Now, it is the humble opinion here, my humble opinion, that there are ways to carry out your grievances that will be safe for everybody. And the question is, for those who are so bitter, who are so angry, that they let emotions get the better of them, and it's very easy for that to happen, who's going to stop them? So as you write your stories, don't forget, whatever you say or do, there is a repercussion. There's going to be living with consequences.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info. We'll be back.